Hello, I am Max from Test Drive Blogs, and today let's have a look at something that I've recorded a video of in the past, but it wasn't that great. But here we are to redo it. This is a 1981 DeLorean DMC-12. Of course, being a DeLorean, it does feature a full stainless steel body. Door handle here, and of course, gull wing doors. On the door panel, you do have power mirrors, manual locks, and your door handle to get out. And so we'll go ahead and take the key. Fire it up. And so we'll go ahead and close the door. You do have two options. You have a handle here or a handle here. Just pull it down and check out the rest of the interior. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your high beams, turn signals, as well as horn if you push in. No airbag. Nice full set of gauges. You have your voltage gauge up top, temperature down below that, 85 mile per hour speedometer, which as you can tell this car has 877.9 total miles on it. Tachometer, oil pressure, and a fuel gauge on the far right, with some warning lights around the edges. On the right side of the steering wheel, you do have your windshield wiper controls, stock radio, which is AM FM. Still works great. Presets down below. Different audio settings on the outsides of the volume and tunes knobs. Headlight controls with your climate control down below that. Temperature, different zones, hazard flashers, and your fan speed on the far right. This car does come with the 5-speed manual transmission. A 3-speed automatic was also available. And then pull up and go all the way over to the left and back for reverse. Cigarette lighter, power window controls, and your rear defrost. Ashtray. Little cubby hole behind. Manually dimming rearview mirror. Little light above that. So, we'll go ahead and shut it off and check out the outside. The DeLorean DMC-12 was kind of an interesting car. John DeLorean decided that he wanted something completely different from whatever Pontiac was doing or whatever GM was doing, Ford, all of them. So he thought, hey, why not do a gull wing coupe with the engine in the back and make it out of stainless steel? Great idea, right? Not so much. Only around 10,000 total DeLoreans were sold in between 1981 and 1983, which were the production years for them. And it's kind of funny because they didn't really take off with anybody really knowing what they were or caring about them at all until Back to the Future came out in 1985, which rose the car to stardom. Although they were never known for their performance at all, the DMC-12s came from the factory with a staggered wheel setup, with alloy wheels all the way around. The front tire size was 195/60 R14, and the rear tire size was 235/60 R15s. In 2007, a company known as DMC Texas, which was not actually affiliated with John DeLorean whatsoever, started producing their own kind of DeLorean clones in their own factory. About 20 cars per year are sold, up until, I believe, this year even. They were sued by John DeLorean's widow after he passed away in 2005, just because of, you know, copyrights and all that. But they actually paid off DeLorean's widow to actually continue using the trademark and everything for themselves. And those cars are going for around $100,000 brand new, but are very exclusive. Opening the hood on the back of the car is actually a two-step process. First off, you have to go in the interior and pull a lever that's right behind the driver's seat. And then when you go around back, there's a little lever to pull up on the actual louver part, and then you just pull up on the part below it That's basically just a grill or heat shield, and you can open up the hood. All the original DeLoreans came from the factory with a 2.85 liter V6 mounted in the back of the car, of course. It made around 130 horsepower and 160 foot-pounds of torque. While you could get a turbo actually installed from a dealer, which I have an old video of a DeLorean, as I mentioned before, that actually had that factory turbo on it, and it was pretty neat. Didn't really bump up the power that much, but oh well. In which, as I mentioned before, you could get a 5-speed manual transmission or a 3-speed automatic transmission with this engine. Fun fact, I'm dumb and I had my microphone off while recording this part. But anyways, the passenger side is basically the same as the driver's side, of course. I say that with every vehicle, I don't know why. On top of the dash, you do have a little glove box you can kind of keep a little bit of stuff in. But most of the storage is back behind the seats. The battery is back behind the passenger seat, and the driver's seat actually has a little cubby hole for if you want to keep your owner's manual or other stuff that you don't necessarily want out in the open or just in the glove box in there. As well as a net up top to just keep everything from flying forward if you were to hit your brakes really hard or something like that. There is a small trunk up front where the spare tire as well as the brake master cylinder and whatnot are held. There's not much space at all, but it is nicely padded and there is enough space for maybe a small suitcase and whatnot. You do also have your gas filler on the one corner, as you can tell, which these cars require 91 octane. I don't know if I'd actually do that, but that's what they require. So thank you all for watching this video of the 1981 DeLorean DMC-12. Be sure to check out Moto Exotica's info in the description below, and I am out of here. See ya!